Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Arizona Fatality Field for the Arizona Scorpions home opener between the Tulsa Desperados and the Arizona Scorpions, alongside Charles Doherty, Mikey Improda, and Mark Mello on stats. Tonight, Charles, we've got a great one. It's one of the highlights on the schedule this season.
I'm excited to call this game with you. This is Arizona's first ever home game, showing off the brand new digs. We got a game where both starting quarterbacks basically swap teams. They've got a lot to prove against their former employers. Tulsa's coming off the last-second win off a Hail Mary against Chicago, and Arizona lost a very close one against Houston. So Arizona wants to get on the win board against with the home crowd watching.
The coin toss is next. Tulsa brings in Deacon Nickens and company. Nickens playing his old franchise. Arizona wins the coin toss, and they would like to defer to the second half. Charles, what you looking at tonight?
Well, I think both offenses here need to establish running games. They've been showing a tendency to throw the ball a lot deep downfield, a lot of turnovers. Basically, the team that wins the third down conversions have won 6 out of the last 7 matchups here, and also 5 of the last 7 matchups the team has won with the highest time of possession. So I think Arizona needs to slow down the Tulsa defensive line, and Tulsa needs to do something about that against that Arizona secondary.
And with that, Arizona kick it. Welcome the SFL here to Phoenix as Charles Ball gets it up to the 29-yard line, and that is where Tulsa will begin their first possession. Excited to be here in Phoenix. A perfect night for football, Charles, here in Arizona. 72 degrees right now. Mostly sunny skies. Going to be a fun one.
It's a beautiful stadium. It still has that new car smell.
3 receivers, 2 to the right for Deacon Nickens to start things off. And Nickens will start with a pass. He'll fire it down the field, caught for a gain of 16 yards. And that pass is hauled in by Mike Osai. Eddie Gage on the tackle. And let's meet the starting lineups for Tulsa, led by Deacon Nickens in his 5th season. Sonzo Robinson, Jacob McCall, Corey Jones, Mike Osai, the skill positions, Anthony Mosley at tight end, and Lonzie Champion is the kicker, wearing number 3. Deep drop back for Nickens. Great pocket, first down to the Arizona 42-yard line. And getting out of bounds was Corey Jones. And Tulsa's off to a hot start.
Yep, Corey Jones was the hero of the game last week against Chicago, and you could see the great timing and the practice that's put in between Nickens and Jones on that pass play.
1st and 10 at the 42. Inside of 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Just getting started. Interception. That's Arizona coming back off the pick. And that's Tanner Hendricks making the play downfield. The first turnover of the ball game.
Yeah, it looks like Tanner Hendricks was waiting for that one. This is his 2nd interception of the season. He had perfect timing there. Had to go up a little high in the air. But like we said at the kickoff here, that secondary of Arizona is dangerous. If you're going to pass downfield, you got to get rid of the ball quick.
So first down for Ashley Jackson, playing against her former team, wearing still the number 9, this time just in orange, black, red, and white. Split backs for Jackson and the Scorpions. Her first throw of the day is caught for a first down to the 41-yard line, a pickup of 12. And that pass hauled in by Roscoe Justice, the rookie taken in the 2nd round.
Now, that's a smart play on first down. I did say at the top of the game we need to get the halfbacks like Moses engaged in here, but if they are going to pass it, they got to get rid of it quickly because that defensive line of Tulsa is dangerous.
5 receivers now for Jackson in the empty set, 6 in the box for Tulsa. Jackson drops to throw, fires it deep down the field, and one-on-one coverage is picked. And here we go again with Ashley Jackson and the Scorpions. High risk, high reward, but Sim Franco Jr. collects this one.
Yeah, for some reason, both offenses are trying to test the secondary, and that's what happens when you go against both of these teams. They're very stout in the secondary, and again, you got to get rid of the ball, and I think you need to establish a running game before you try going deep.
So just like that, 2 picks in the first 90 seconds here to start this Monday night doubleheader on 11 Sports and for the fans. We are the Simulation Football League. 2 in the backfield, 2 receivers. Nickens, the lefty, throws it out to Robinson. Robinson past the 35, breaks a tackle. Robinson still fighting for the first down. Gage stops him after a 9-yard gain. Let's meet the defense of the Scorpions, led by Chad Tackle in his 5th season, and what a stout defensive line they've got. D.D. Sachs and Mark Mello at the ends. Tackle and Constantine the tackles. Linebackers include Joey Tropicana, who was signed this week, and B.J. Lovelace. Tanner Hendricks, Mana Kanaka, Parker Thomas, Kanye Rockefeller, and Eddie Gage are your safeties as Robinson gets the first down. Rockefeller, also a former member of this Desperado defense.
So far, you got to love the running of Robinson. He's putting his head down, and he's knocking people on their backside.
1st and 10 at the Tulsa 44. Just underway. Here at Fatality Field, Nickens on a first down will throw again. Both teams have come out firing. Corey Jones with the catch. And if you missed it, all the viewers out there, go to the SFL YouTube channel, youtube.com/simulationfl, and watch the highlights of Chicago and Tulsa last week. Corey Jones with the Hail Mary catch. What a game.
And a great call,
Charles.
too, by Andy Hamilton. I guess he didn't think he caught it. And then, he got it. It's unbelievable. Once in a lifetime game.
2nd down and 3 at the 49. First run of the game, and it's Sanzo Robinson, and he'll pick up 1. Combo stop there for Arizona by Alex Constantine, who was taken as the 23rd pick in the draft, and Mana Kanaka in his 3rd season in the league.
You got to love the pursuit by Alex Constantine. He blew by the guard and missed the first attempt at the running back, but didn't give up and was able to pursue him, and with some help from Kanaka, was able to bring him down.
2 receivers, 1 to either side, a 3rd down and 2 at the 48. 7:52 to go in the first. The handoff goes to Robinson. He's got a first down up to the 44-yard line, as it looks like that was Eddie Gage with another stop in the middle.
Yeah, smart play calling so far by Tulsa. I really like them running up the middle, and I really like them giving the ball to Robinson.
So Tulsa wins the game on a Hail Mary last week by a point. Arizona lost the game in the final seconds on a missed 2-point conversion. That would have forced overtime in Houston. As Nickens drops to throw, checks it down to Robinson, and Robinson's going to pick up a healthy 6.5, we'll call it 7. And Gage there again on the stop, along with Parker Thomas.
You see the amount of yards they're giving that the receivers there. Nickens had about 5 or 6 yards before anyone on the defense was able to get the receivers.
Nickens off to a 4-for-5 start for 44 yards. 2 in the backfield for Nickens. He'll hand it off to Robinson. Robinson running into a crowd. There is a flag on the play. Did you see anybody jump,
No,
Charles?
I didn't, but I was looking in the backfield. I might have missed it, but I didn't see anyone jump.
Might have been an early hold. Oh, it's a clipping. That's not good for Tulsa on a 3rd and short. That'll back things up big time. The clipping is called on Anthony Mosley, the tight end, in his 2nd season. And, man, he shoved Eddie Gage in the back.
No, don't do that to the Hall of Famer.
Wow. Charles, you don't see that often. Clipping is sort of an enigma call sometimes in the SFL, but that was blatant from Mosley.
That was pretty bad.
And that'll force a 2nd down and 19. I misspoke. It was 2nd and short. The dump off to the fullback is caught for a 5-yard pickup. Tanner Hendricks on the stop, but the catch made by the fullback who was signed this week, Javier Vasquez, 6'2", 245. Welcome to the league, Javier.
He likes to be called the Tank, so hopefully he'll mow some people down tonight.
3rd and 14 at the 47 now, off the penalty. Tulsa in a bit of trouble, but in the right formation here. 5 wide, empty backfield. Dime look for Arizona's defense. They bring 4. Nickens going long down the middle. Pass is caught.
Wow.
Mike Osai. 10-5. Touchdown Tulsa. And the Desperados are on the board first.
Unbelievable. He was able to get past that dangerous secondary of Arizona. Perfect pass by Nickens, floated it over the defender, and this is Mike Osai's first touchdown this season.
Mike Osai, the savvy veteran, getting into the end zone as he beats Kanaka on a post. Not by much, but Osai able to squeeze through, and Deacon Nickens has another touchdown for the Desperados, and that's now 2 touchdowns in Nickens' last 7 pass attempts, going back to his Hail Mary last week.
That was a roll of the dice there, but it was perfectly thrown.
The extra point coming for a new kicker. Lonzie Champion signed this week, replacing Gavin Rainey, who didn't work out for the Desperados, and Champion's extra point is up and through. And with that, we'll take a quick commercial break. Tulsa takes the early lead 7-0. Trying to get to 2-0 in Season 14. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Welcome back to Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The home opener for the Arizona Scorpions, bought in the offseason and sold, I should say, was the Oklahoma City Renegades, now in Arizona. Roscoe Justice makes a couple people miss, gets out to the 29-yard line. These 2 teams and 2 franchises very familiar with each other, Charles. They've met 7 times before. It was previously the Oklahoma rivalry, but now a new kind of rivalry is both teams kind of exchanged some players in the offseason.
Yeah, it makes it's quite the story. I mean, it doesn't happen very often when quarterbacks switch sides like that.
Shotgun, 3 receivers, 2 backs in the backfield for Ashley Jackson, down 7-0 through a pick on her last pass. Jackson going long again. That pass is picked at midfield. Charles Ball returned to the 38-yard line, and Jackson has an interception problem here early in the season, and she, the first female quarterback in league history, her and Kanye Rockefeller, the offensive coordinator, just having a rough go of it to start the season.
Yeah, I mean, it's dangerous. As we stated, you're going deep on either of these teams. You know, you're not gonna you're rolling the dice, and Charles Ball gets his first interception of the season.
So Ball, who had a fantastic kick return last week, one of the best kick returners in the league, makes the INT there. 2 receivers, 1 to either side with Robinson in the backfield. And Nickens will drop to throw, fires it out to Mosley. That pass is caught for a first down at the 28, a pickup of exactly 10 yards for a first.
Yeah, let's see if they build on that last drive. I really like the play selection there. They had a mixture of runs and short dinks and dunks, and then they ended it with that bomb.
Into field goal range for Champion, although we don't know what kind of distance he has just yet. Just the chip shot extra point for him early. 1st and 10 at the 28. 3 receivers, 2 in the backfield, split. Nickens to throw. Nickens has a great pocket, fires near side, caught. That's Osai. First down to his number, the 14. A pickup of 14 yards. Osai up to 79. 3 catches and a touchdown.
Yeah, it started off a little ugly. Looked like Nickens had to deal with a high snap, but he recovered quickly, got the ball out quickly, and Osai was waiting at the sideline.
And it looked like he got the 1 foot in he needed as well, but that's not going to stop the Arizona coach from challenging. And we'll get another look at it. I think Arizona's going to lose a timeout here, Charles.
Yeah, my initial thoughts is he was in, but let's see the replay here.
On the line, closer than I thought it was.
Well,
tough to tell if that heel was out of bounds.
Yeah, the camera was pointing at at the helmet, not the feet.
But Arizona is going to win their challenge. Coach Gage not going to be charged a timeout, and well, what do we know, Charles?
Yeah, what do we know?
Nice job by Coach Gage on the sideline.
They don't listen to us up here.
They don't. They really don't.
They're free thinkers.
Who does, really, when you really think about it? 2nd and 10 at the 28. Two in the backfield, two receivers for Nickens off the incompletion. That wipes out a 14-yard catch for Mike Osai. Handoff to Robinson running left. He is bottled up, but still does a nice job of getting something out of nothing. Constantine and Lovelace combined for the stop. Another big third down. Tulsa scored on a 3rd and 14 on the last drive.
Yeah, I thought that Robinson was going down in the backfield, but he kept churning those legs and was able to get 3. That was not a lot of yards, but it was impressive nonetheless.
3 receivers, 2 in the backfield. Nickens back to throw. Pump fake. Still has time. Going far side. Pass should have been picked. That was Tanner Hendricks on the coverage. Pass intended for Corey Jones. And at least the Scorpions are going to half stop here to end this drive.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the ball quickly. That pump fake isn't going to work against Arizona. Once you give the secondary time, they're settled in and they're ready to snatch that ball back.
Chat shoutouts. If you're not in the chat, visit twitch.tv/FTFnext to join the conversation with players, coaches, owners, scouts around the league. Swole 2011, Ray and Yola. Life's What Streams, nice username. Xander Gold, Tackle Saint, Denver Nightwings. Mince and Mind, Espen Real, AJ Today Jackson. Harris Walton, Drek 900. C. Roland, is blocked, and it's still alive and up in the air at the 20. That'll be blown dead, but Champion's first field goal as an SFL player is swatted away and rejected, and Arizona's going to get the ball at their own 32.
Yet again, the blimp has to go hard starboard.
Looking for the football. So Arizona gets a block punt, and with 4.5 to go, very fortunate to be down just 7-0 with 4.5 to play. DJ Moses is in the backfield with 2 receivers split out wide. Jackson going to throw. Jackson middle, caught. First down to the 46, a 14-yard gain. And let's meet the Arizona offense. Ashley Jackson in her 3rd season. DJ Moses is in the backfield. James Hands and Roscoe Justice are the 2 receivers, along with Donnie Hands, number 11, who just made that last catch, and Tiberius Bovine, the tight end, number 89, the savvy veteran.
Jackson's got to be excited to have the first 2 wide receivers 6'6" in the Hands brothers.
1st and 10 at the 46, under 4 to play in the first. I formation, and Jackson is rolling out. She'll check it down. That pass is complete to the fullback, Earl Simmons, number 45, a 3-yard gain. Nice
that was
play
a
call.
Rollout.
Don't see that often, but it was effective.
Maybe we'll see a drop kick today.
A drop kick. Man, that would be something. You know what? In 1100
or a reverse.
A reverse. That would be fun, too. Boy, you know.
I can keep going.
You never know what you're going to see in the SFL. 2nd and 7 at the 49, just shy of midfield. Arizona trying to cross into Tulsa territory for the first time today. Jackson out of the gun. Just a 3-man rush from the Desperados. That pass is caught. Look at the athleticism by James Hands. Forget waiting for the ball to come to his chest. He's going to go up and get that 5-yard pickup, and the tackle made by Nate Heslip.
Yeah, Jackson put it where only Hands could get it. He jumped up there at his 6'6" frame and was able to bring it down. But also got to give credit to Tulsa. They closed in quickly. Didn't give him much room to run after he caught that ball.
3rd and 2. Now that Jackson's trying not to go deep, Arizona is starting to get a little offense moving. Will Moses get his first carry? Nope, it'll be a Jackson. Quick pass, caught. First down. Donnie Hands makes the play. And Arizona's moving the football to the Tulsa 39, a pickup of 12.
Yeah, Jackson's making those quick passes, the quick drop and quick release passes work. Again, I think it would be great, though, to get Moses a little bit more involved here, because if you start getting a little one-dimensional, that Tulsa defense is going to lock down.
1st and 10 at the 39. James Hands at the bottom of the screen. Donnie Hands top of the screen. And Jackson going to throw again. Jackson looking around. It's nearly picked off. Espen Real makes the play. And that brings us to the Tulsa defense, led by Espen Real in his 8th season. What a defensive front. All rookies. Chris Andrews, Berto Demora the ends. Jaden Swift and John Stanley the tackles. At linebacker, DJ Majesty and Espen Real. Corners, Nate Heslip, Sim Franco Jr. and the safeties, Barry Barkley, and of course, Charles Ball. 2nd down at the 39 with 2:37 to go in the first. I formation for Jackson in the offense. They're going to hand it off to Moses for the first time tonight. DJ Moses, the former Renegade, now Scorpion, picks up 6. One of the few retained when the franchise moved, but you can see why with that carry.
Yeah, it's a very nice run. Decent blocking up front, but once he got through that hole, he was able to show us the kind of power he has.
40 yards, a couple of picks for Jackson early, but she's trying to put a drive together on their third possession. Just outside of field goal range, Jackson. Oh, one-handed interception going the other way. It's Heslop. Moses to beat. Moses makes the tackle at the Arizona 48. That was an unbelievable snag in the slot, and Heslop makes Jackson pay again.
Yeah, that is a momentum killer right there. Heslop did incredible athleticism with that one-handed catch. He gets his first interception and almost took it to the house.
That's a top play nominee, and that takes us to commercial break. Arizona, 3 possessions and 3 turnovers in the opening quarter. Tulsa by 7. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. .204 to go in the first quarter. Arizona's gotten bit by the turnover bug again. Now 10 turnovers in 5 quarters of work. That pass is nearly picked, but what a grab by Corey Jones. And the throw from Nickens, super impressive.
I thought the defender was going to at least deflect that one. That was just barely over the fingertips.
2nd and 6 coming at the 45. Both these quarterbacks have been very active. Nickens 8 for 10 for 90 yards. Jackson only 3 incompletions, but they're all picks. 5 of 8 for 46 yards. 2 in the backfield with Nickens, 7 in the box for Arizona. Robinson discards a defender, and Gage eventually makes the tackle. That was Rockefeller getting blasted into Arizona territory just a bit further. 3rd and 4.
Yeah, there are a couple defenders that got blown back on that one. I think I saw Lovelace hit the deck as well. That was a very powerful statement run there.
Arizona looking desperately for a stop here, defensively. 7 in the box, although 10 on the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Robinson got 1 block, but then it was piled up in the backfield. Kanaka got there first with his 2nd tackle. That'll bring up 4th down and a much-needed stop from Arizona's D.
Yeah, that was a great response by the Arizona D. You knock me down, but you're not going to do it twice.
And Tulsa's got to feel a little deflated, Charles. They get 3 interceptions off their defense and only a 7-0 lead.
On a game like this, you got to capitalize on every turnover.
This punt going to go inside the 10 and roll into the end zone. And we get a look tonight, and we've got a couple of legends on the field. How about Tiberius Bovine? 10,384 receiving yards. That's 2nd all-time, even including wide receivers. He's played 12 seasons, was the former owner of Oklahoma City. And Charles, we were talking before the game, 1 more touchdown, and he will tie Jake Legacy. Is that right? For the all-time leader in touchdowns. So we're looking out for that tonight out of Tiberius Bovine. Not a catch, not a target in the first quarter, however. Jackson moving in the pocket and sacked. A 5-yard loss, and bringing down Jackson was John Stanley, an undrafted free agent making the play in the backfield for the Desperados.
What do you say about the Tulsa defensive line there? They're all rookies, and they're having a phenomenal season so far. They're causing havoc in the backfield. They've got, so far they've got, I think this is their 8th sack of the season.
Jackson now out of the gun and a little desperate going long. Wide open! What a throw from Jackson. Put it on the numbers for Donnie Hands, and Hands has a touchdown for Arizona. The first points at Fatality Field in franchise history.
Donnie Hands was wide open. I'm not sure what the Tulsa defense was looking at there, but he had at least 10 steps on his defender. It was a perfect throw by Ashley Jackson.
Just nobody in sight as the corner, Sim Franco Jr., you could see him just kind of watching after that play happened, covering in a shallow zone, or he may have even come on a little blitz. We couldn't tell from the replay, but either way, Donnie Hands left all alone, and the former London Knight gets Arizona from 1 point away from tying a game. So the extra point will be kicked by Manuel Marquez. Arizona now one of the few teams that doesn't have a contracted kicker. That kick is up and good, tied at 7, and we'd like to remind you that coming up next, a championship rematch between Denver and Seattle. Both teams lost in week 1, so the losers going 0-2. That's coming up next, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, on For the Fans and 11 Sports. Charles, that'll be a great one. Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson will be on hand.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. Imagine one of those teams being 0-2.
So with 10 seconds left in the quarter, despite 3 turnovers from Jackson, Arizona has tied the game. Charles Ball on the return. There's another flag. Tulsa's already been penalized for clipping earlier in the first quarter. And let's see what this call is. It's a hold, and it's coming back.
Yeah, you got to do a little bit more to help your return man out there.
Robinson with 5 yards on 4 carries in the first quarter. Arizona's done a nice job bottling him up. He looked really good against Chicago.
Yeah, he definitely did. You got to keep going to the well. Can't forget your running backs. Like a broken record.
5 seconds left. Nickens holding his own, 9 for 11, but has not been able to put a drive together after the Mike Osai touchdown. 2 receivers to the right. Nickens against a 4-man rush, all alone, and Corey Jones continues to hurt the Scorpions. They call it in with 1 second to go. Jones, 39 yards on 4 receptions. We'll get another look at it.
Hey, plenty of time. Well, I couldn't tell from that one.
Closer than the first one. And look at that. Arizona's going to challenge.
I think I cursed him every time
again.
I say it's out.
But think about this. If Arizona loses this challenge, they will be out of challenges for the rest of the game. Since this is their second and they would have lost one of the 2. This one was much closer than the previous. I think it was out. Yeah. Let's see. No. Well, yes, he was out of bounds. But Arizona's going to win the challenge, is what I was shocked about. So Arizona wins 2 challenges in the first quarter, so they're going to get a bonus 3rd, if necessary, sometime later. And the challenge stops the clock with a second to go. So we got 1 more play to go here in the first quarter. A tie game at 7. Tulsa trying to get to 2-0 with a road victory. Arizona trying to get their first win since rebranding as the Scorpions. The handoff goes to Robinson. He's picked up and thrown down. That tackle inside made by number 55, D.D. Sachs. And that is the end of the first quarter. An entertaining one. Tulsa 7, Arizona 7. Come on back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports at For the Fans. Welcome back to Fatality Field, the Arizona Scorpions home opener, an homage to Mortal Kombat with the Scorpions stadium name. 3rd and 9 here for Nickens out of the gun, and Nickens fires out of bounds. And I think that's the right call unless we get yet another challenge here. But Nickens let him drift a little bit out of bounds, and that coming out of the slot. Or no, that's actually Cortland Weaver coming out to punt the ball away. Excuse me.
Held on to it a little too long. I think he one of the few times you see a receiver open like that against Arizona.
So Tulsa will punt it away, and don't look now, but the Scorpions, despite 3 picks, can take the lead on the next possession.
We're going to have good field position here, unless he does a record-setting punt.
They come after it, can't get to it. Justice coming up on the
Not
return,
a bad punt.
and not a bad punt at all. Gets it out to the 42-yard line. Well, teams under new leadership, under new ownership in home openers, they've been doing pretty well. The last 8 teams to have an ownership change and play in a home opener under new ownership have won. The last coming in Seattle, where the Tyrants beat these Tulsa Desperados 34-24 in their home opener. 8 teams in a row, I'll say it again, that are under new ownership change and playing in a home opener have won their first home game. That's an offside call, and that includes expansion teams as well. It's a stunning number that dates all the way back to 2017.
Yeah, that's an amazing stat. We had to go into the basement of the annex to get that one.
We did. It took us about half an hour
to
go track it down. And it's worth noting, again, we'll put up the graphic one more time, but our trivia question tonight for SFL Nation is, who was the last team, whether it be an expansion team or a team under new ownership, to lose their home opener? And if anybody can get that right, I would be very impressed. I formation for Ashley Jackson, 1st and 5. Handoff goes to Moses off the penalty, and Moses will push ahead for 2 yards. That tackle made inside by Sim Franco Jr., who's having a nice night.
Yeah, good run. It shows you, though, how hard it is to get any yards against that defensive line of Tulsa.
2nd and 3 at the 49. 2 receivers, 1 to either side. Moses now lined up to the left in a heavy line, going to run behind it, but nobody picked up any blocks. Wow. No gain, and that's a testament to the defensive front of the Desperados. And actually, that was 2 linebackers, Majesty and Real, who came up and made the play.
Yeah, the 4 rookies up front are getting a lot of attention by the offensive line, and they're allowing guys like Majesty and Rael to go in there and make the key tackles.
3rd down and 3 now for Jackson. Arizona's 1 for 2 on 3rd down, not including the interceptions. Jackson to throw. Jackson going long. The pass is incomplete. Wow. And twice Charles Ball had a chance to get it as Jackson tried to weave that football back into Donniehan's hands. No pun intended. And the punter is coming out, Mike Windu.
Yeah. It was good defense, but, you got to, again, a game like this, as tight as it is, you got to capitalize on those opportunities.
4th and 3 at the 48-yard line for Arizona. They'll punt it away. Tulsa bringing pressure. Almost got the block. That was about as close as you can get without a block. Ball on the return up to the 19-yard line. And back to the team's home openers under new ownership. It's just an impressive series of victories, and some of them have just been total blowouts. Charleston and Vegas.
Do we have any guesses?
No.
Well,
the guesses are coming in. St. Louis, Carolina, both of those are incorrect. Thanks for playing those, Shacker and Ray and Yola in the chat. If you want to get involved, twitch.tv/FTF next is where the chat is at. Meet some of SFL Hall of Famers and the best and brightest of coaches and players, as that pass is caught for an 8-yard pickup by Jacob McCall, the 31st pick in the SFL draft this offseason, which was live from FTF Studios. Gain of 8.
I think both quarterbacks are showing that short slant route can really cause some damage here.
2nd and 2 at the 27, 8:45 to go in the first half. Sandro Robinson, short. Some more guesses in the chat. Dallas Lobos, no. Louisville Wolfpack, no. Vancouver, no. Chicago, no. Sorry, I told you it was difficult. Thanks for playing. Houston, no.
I think Nickens just needs a handful of yards here to move into 15th place past Mark Wavy in passing yards all time.
He does. In fact, as the handoff goes to Robinson for the first down,
Nice
breaks
run.
a tackle. Robinson gets away from 2 and then a third. Out to the 46 of the Desperados. Best run of the night on either side.
Yeah, great blocking on the edge there. He was able to take it to that second level and have the field wide open for him.
Look at the blocking down
Wow,
the field.
he
Gage
trucked
and Rockefeller
Wow.
go down.
I don't know who it was. I didn't see who he trucked, but man, he really knocked him on his. So it looked like it was Eddie Gage. Eddie Gage got knocked down.
Nice run from Robinson, opens the game up a little bit. And we have a winner in the chat. Coach Craven got it right. The San Francisco Sharks, the last team to lose their home opener. They
Coach
lost it
Craven.
to the Indy Red Devils.
Vancouver representing.
Yes, they are, as that pass caught by Jones, pickup of 4. They lost to the Indy Red Devils 47-27. That was back on January 7th, 2018. 2nd and 6 for Tulsa. So Jones with another short catch. That does put Nickens now 15th all-time on the passing leaderboards, passing the legend Mac Wavy Jr. As the handoff goes to Robinson and picks up 3. Hendricks on the tackle, but Nickens coming in 13,889. He needed 93. He's got 93 in his 5th season. His previous 4 all with Oklahoma City, now Arizona.
He just needs 5 more passing touchdowns to go into 16th all time. Maybe he'll get them tonight.
Nickens definitely stacking up the leaderboards. This game, I can imagine.
Oh, nice
Look
run.
at Robinson. Nice play. Rockefeller might have saved a touchdown. Run all the way to the Arizona 39. But Robinson starting to heat up here for Tulsa and slow this game down.
Yeah, starting to heat up, but also that offensive line is starting to get into a groove too. Look at that hole he had.
Nice high tackle from Rockefeller. Make sure he was brought down. 6:40 to go. Tulsa and Arizona here on this Monday Night Football presentation of the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and FTF. 2 receivers either side and Nickens to throw. Nickens with some pressure at his feet. That pass is complete for an 8-yard gain. Wrap-up goes to B.J. Loveless, but the reception will go to the tight end Will Danderson, the second tight end on the lineup.
Yeah, I think Nickens could do that all night long if he wants to, that short 5 to 8 yard route. The defense is giving it to him.
2 receivers, 1 to either side. Handoff Robinson. Nothing doing. Nice job up front. Combo tackle by B.J. Loveless once again, and D.D. Sachs has been active tonight, formerly of those Sharks.
Yeah, it's a big 3rd down. So far, it's been a nice drive by Tulsa, but Arizona's ready to crush them where they stand.
3rd and 3 at the 41. 5.5 to go in the second quarter. Tie game, handoff Robinson, and Robinson ends up beating what looked like a stunt to the outside, and Robinson ran between the tackles and gets the first down.
I mean, he's not showing a lot of speed there, but what you're seeing is a very disciplined runner. I mean, he went through the right gap and followed his blockers and got a first down.
Joey Tropicana in the chat saying number 58 needs to get a tackle, and he's playing in his first game tonight, and we'll definitely shout him out when he does. Nickens throws it underneath to Corey Jones, pickup of 7. And it's almost like Tulsa is toying with Arizona on this possession. After a fast and furious first quarter, Charles, it's almost like Tulsa's forcing Ashley Jackson to feel antsy on the sideline.
Well, I think he's tempting the safeties and the defensive backs to get closer up to the line so he can burn them deep.
2nd and 3. The defensive lines for both teams have been quiet tonight. Nickens is now 13 for 17 for a $117, a touchdown and a pick. Nickens pass incomplete. And that was Tropicana in coverage That's got to count for something. Chad Tackle applying pressure, 3rd and 3. Danderson, again, the intended receiver, off the left side of that line.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Joey Tropicana, he was signed this week, replacing the defensive rookie of the year from last season. He's got some big shoes to fill.
Yeah, big disappointing there for Arizona to lose the reigning defensive rookie of the year, but sometimes players just can't hang, and Tropicana trying to fill those big shoes tonight. Deep ball, Nickens, and it's nearly intercepted.
Dangerous.
Eddie Gage came over late to make the play, and this will be another chance for Lonzie Champion to take the lead. His first field goal in the SFL was blocked.
That's hard. It's hard to get one of those completions against that secondary when you've got Rockefeller and Gage back there floating around. They're gonna close quickly, and they're not gonna let that happen.
Boy, Gage, nice job. Tracked that through the air and was playing center field a little bit on that play. So Champion going for his first field goal on his second attempt. 4.5 to go in the quarter. This will be a 35-yard field goal for Tulsa. So a long drive stalls out, and it will result in a max of 3. Another poor snap, but no pressure on Champion, and the kick is good. And Tulsa takes a 10-7 advantage on Arizona. And the Scorpions, Roscoe Justice, the return man, getting the ball back when we come back. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. And for the fans, don't go anywhere. A 13-play, 58-yard drive for Tulsa results in 3 points. The longest drive prior to that by either team was just 6 plays, as Arizona's offense been waiting on the sideline for a long time. Justice on the return out to the 26-yard line, and I'm surprised, Charles, we have not seen much of anything from Tiberius Bovine. He caught the first touchdown in the Scorpions era last week against Houston.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of locking him down, but I think you're only going to be able to contain him for so long.
4:22 left in the first half. Out of the eye for Jackson. Moses in the backfield. 4-3 defense for Tulsa, showing outside pressure. And they're going to back off. Rush just 4. Stunt up the middle. Pass caught by Justice. It's a quick 2-yard pickup to the 28.
Yeah, they held the defensive line on that one, and Jackson had plenty of time to dump that ball off.
My mistake. Bovine with the reception. DJ Majesty makes the tackle. Jackson up to 128 yards and 83.3 quarterback rating.
It's not a bad rating to have 3 interceptions under your belt.
That's true. 2nd down and 8 at the 28-yard line. James Hands is alone at the bottom of the screen. Bovine off the right of the line. Great block to spring Moses. That was the fullback, Earl Simmons. Moses picks up 7.
Gotta love it. Love it when the running back gets through that hole and just lowers his shoulder. Boom. And is just looking for the first person to hit.
Nate Heslip was the guy that got blocked out of the picture. 3rd and 1. These are the type of third downs Arizona would like all night. 1 for 3.
Got to get the fullback in there.
Tulsa's 4 for 7 on 3rd down. Nickens on a 3rd and 1 going long. It's tipped and incomplete. Had a receiver out in the flats. Chose to go long, and that hyper aggressiveness from Jackson. It's high risk, high reward.
The dice.
We saw a long touchdown earlier that worked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even though Tulsa only got a field goal on that last drive, I think it was an impressive. They were just able to, conservatively move the ball down the field and get some points on the board. And with the aggressive nature of Arizona's offense, it's going to be tough getting anything against this Tulsa defense.
It's the first 3 and out with a punt tonight for Arizona. Tulsa's had 2 of them here in the first half. High snap, but fielded cleanly by Windu. Charles Ball back to return at his 32-yard line. Ball's got nowhere to go. Only got a yard on the return, hang time nearly 4. And so far this week, week 2 is about halfway done at the conclusion of this game, but the home team's 4-0 after splitting 10 games in week 1, and it's been a dominant performance by teams at home.
Yeah, gotta love that home cooking. And I'm sure the Arizona fans are excited at the odds of them possibly winning this game.
1st and 10 at the 33. The odds are on their side, or the history's on their side, we should say, as that pass caught again by Jones on the sideline, a 5-yard gain. Jones is up to 7 grabs for 41 yards. Osai's been the bigger deep threat, 3 for 64, and that 1 touch.
Yeah, I like the way Tulsa's adjusted their game plan here after the first couple series against Arizona.
Nickens will go under center. Nick will look for Arizona's defense. Tanner Hendricks defending at the bottom of the screen in the cornerback position as Nickens drops a pass off. Boy, everybody went out flat, and then wide open up the middle of the field was Mike Osai out of that bunch, and Tulsa gets a first down to the 46.
Yeah, that was impressive play there, able to get that first down. And I think right now Arizona's kind of on their heels trying to figure out what Tulsa's going to run next.
Tulsa trying to join Sioux Falls, Vancouver, and Atlanta as the undefeated teams heading into week 3, at least thus far. First down to the 46. Nickens dropping to throw. Fires it outside. Robinson has some room. Donzo Robinson beats Lovelace to the sticks. First down to the 43, an 11-yard gain on Robinson's first catch in quite some time.
Yeah, another smart play by the Tulsa offense. You haven't seen a lot of that screen pass action this game, and they caught him by surprise. Was able to get a first down.
4 catches for 26 yards for Robinson. That 11 of which coming on that last reception. He's also got 14 carries, a quiet 14 carries. A lot of it came on that last drive for 47 yards here just before the half. Prior to the 2-minute warning, 1st and 10 at the Arizona 43. 8 in the box for the Scorpions. Nickens calling an audible, and Nickens flinging it outside to Jones once again, picks up 5 and stops the clock with 2:04 running into Donnie Hands on the sideline.
Yeah, I think Tulsa is going to be able to do that all day so far unless Arizona decides to move their defenders up.
2nd down and 5 at the 38, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Tulsa on another long drive here in Arizona territory. Desperados looking sharp on the road. We'll be right back to Fatality Field in a moment. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and For the Fans. Two minutes left in the first half. Here from Arizona, the Scorpions' home opener since relocating from Oklahoma City in the offseason. Nickens' pass is picked off in the slot at about the 32-yard line, and making the play on the football was number 59, Charlie Miles, the 4th linebacker of this defense. Miles makes the play in the slot.
Well, I guess that's why they're setting off the ball 5 to 6 yards. Catch him. The quarterback clearly didn't see the linebacker there and threw it right into his hands.
That ends what was a 5-play drive, and quickly moving. Tulsa was averaging 6 yards a play on that series, but the pass intercepted by Miles, and now Arizona's back in business. I don't think Nickens even saw him. Just threw it right to him.
I don't think he did.
Handoff on a draw. Moses lost one. Don't see a lot of draws in the SFL.
Yeah, DeMora just blew that line up, and he was waiting in the backfield. There was no chance of any positive yardage on that.
Berto DeMora been quiet tonight, as has Chad Tackle on the other side, the 2 sack leaders on these teams respectively from last week. 3 receivers, 2 to the left for Nickens, 6 in the box for Tulsa. There's a huge gap on the midfield logo in the defense. Jackson's going near side, caught. First down, Donnie Hands, who's been much more active than James Hands, a $125 on 4 grabs for Donnie in the first half.
Yeah, the offensive line of Arizona gave the quarterback just enough time she needed to get rid of that ball and let the play develop.
1 minute left. Hurry up for Tulsa, but no huddle. And still all 3 timeouts. They're going to run it to Moses. Moses, nice run.
That's surprising.
5 yards into traffic. Majesty and number 33, Cleo Harris, combined for the tackle. 2nd and 5. Quickly up to the line. Jackson going to throw. Oh, the pass.
Wow.
What it should have been caught by Justice. And a bit of a difficult catch, but still hit him in the hands. And that's a crucial drop with 44 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, definitely has to pull it in. If it hits both your hands, you should be able to hold on to it.
Right outside of field goal range. And that one could have put him in field goal range in a game where points have been hard to come by. After Tulsa scored in the first couple of minutes off a couple picks from Arizona. Jackson under center. Moses to the left. Jackson quickly has to shuffle her feet.
Wow.
And James Hands makes the grab of the 24. Timeout for Arizona. I think that was the best throw of the day for Ashley Jackson.
Yeah, got rid of the ball quickly, found the receiver in the seam there, and I think they got to maybe think about helping out that defensive back when they're guarding the Hands brothers. They're not going to be able to do one-on-one against them.
It's a great drive for Arizona, one of the strongest of the night there at the Tulsa 24-yard line off the interception from Miles. There's a look at Donnie Hands on 6 targets here in the first half. 40 seconds left and 2 timeouts. Arizona got to be a little careful. Jackson's pass into traffic, looking for James Hands, and it's broken up by Nate Heslip. Also there on the play was Barry Barkley, who's had a bit of a quiet first half. 36 seconds remain.
Yeah, Jackson's getting rid of the ball at the very, very last millisecond.
Jackson now 9 of 16 for 163 yards, averaging 10.2 yards a completion, a 72.7 quarterback rating. 2 receivers and 2 backs in the backfield on a 2nd down. 7 in the box for Tulsa. Quickly pressure on Jackson. Floats it and nearly threw a pick 6. And that was all thanks in part to Berto Demora. 3 sacks for Demora last week. 2.5 for tackle. And hey, how about Mark Mello? He didn't have any last week in Arizona. Still has none. Was drafted 3rd. Demora drafted 12th. Tulsa may have gotten a steal.
Yeah, definitely. I think Tulsa's got to be happy with all the rookies on that front line. They played great last week.
3rd down and 10. And Jackson lofting it. Caught by Justice, who spins away from 2 tackles and gets down to the 3. That one way more difficult to catch for Justice, but he comes through in the clutch.
Talk about a small window to get that ball in.
My apologies.
Wow. How he got past that zone was unbelievable. That was perfect. She read it, though. Jackson read it and got it in there perfectly.
Bovine wearing 89, Justice wearing 19. The 9s.
That was close.
Sticking out. The 9s are sticking out, and I'm not used to Bovine being over there on the left. Nice play design. Tiberius Bovine with a crucial catch. 27 seconds to go. Ball's on the 3 with just 1 timeout for Arizona. They got to act fast. Jackson going to throw. Jackson shuffles the feet. Caught. Touchdown. It's Hands again. James Hands with the score. And just before the half, Arizona has taken the lead.
Another unbelievable play. Another unbelievable pass by Jackson. She held onto the ball again at the very last second, allowed the receiver to get that opening, and she just fired it in there. Impressive drive by Arizona.
So the Scorpions leave a timeout and 24 seconds on the board, but a tremendous series, 9 plays, 53 yards, and a couple of really tremendous throws in tight windows for Ashley Jackson on that drive. She's got 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. She's a stat sheet filler, and that extra point for Arizona is up and good. And for the first time today, the Scorpions lead at home in the orange helmets, black jerseys with the dark red trim matching the awnings here at Fatality Field, along with some orange on the jerseys, white pants.
That's pretty good. Would never be able to tell you what the cover of the awnings were.
Yeah, I got a chance to tour the facility here before everything got going, making sure the Scorpions franchise is off to a good start here at home. Just beautiful weather here for the home opener. Depending on who you ask, beautiful weather last night in Buffalo. It was snowing, and it was snowing hard. Stephen Hacker came up just short of the all-time receiving record with 368 yards receiving. No receiver had more than 200 this season going into that contest last night.
And that was in the snow, too. I mean, that's mighty impressive.
A 46-10 shellacking over Chicago last night as that ball is caught for an 8-yard gain by Mosley. Now Tulsa's quickly getting up to the line. I don't think they're super serious about scoring here. Might just be trying to get into field goal range for Nickens. Robinson gets the handoff, and that's what Tulsa's going to do. So the Desperados, Deacon Nickens last week throws to Corey Jones. No time left. Hail Mary. Caught. Tulsa wins. Beats Chicago. And Corey Jones, the only player in league history to catch 2 Hail Marys. And here we are in the same situation again here for the Desperados.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect in that. I'm still shaking my head over that bovine catch near the goal line. That was incredible.
And to make both people miss, too. Yeah. To almost score a touchdown was tremendous. All right, Nickens, what do you got? Nickens back to pass, steps up in the pocket. Nickens, he was trying to unload. And instead, hey, Tropicana makes the play in the backfield. Wow. Welcome to the SFL. Welcome to the SFL, Joey. And that brings us to the end of the half. 14-10, Arizona leading Tulsa. And let's take a look at the first half stats and highlights. These two teams, tremendous job in the really competitive game. 233-201. Both teams moving the ball. Saw some great throws, some not so great throws, and some brilliant plays defensively.
Well, I think Tulsa was playing a little more conservative, winning the time of possession. But Arizona, just as soon as they do not dwell on mistakes they make. They come right back out there and they're firing on all cylinders. Really impressive. The end of the second half for Jackson was really impressive.
129 yards for Donnie Hands. James Hands just 2 catches, 17 yards. In fact, the rest of the receiving core for Arizona has just 50 yards, while Hands has a $129. P.J. Lovelace and Eddie Gage each with 4 tackles, 4 solo on that side for Arizona. On the other side for Tulsa, 18 for 26, $194 for Nickens. Robinson had 41 yards on 12 carries, also caught 4 balls for 26 yards, and the leading receivers Osai with that touchdown and 51 yards on 3 grabs.
Now, we're not seeing a lot of sacks either. I thought with the game that we saw last, both teams had a lot of sacks. I thought there was going to be a lot more now, and there's just 1.
Very competitive first half after 4, I guess they weren't all blowouts, but they quickly turned into routes. There were a couple of blowouts, but Arizona over Vegas, that was a little surprising. 35-6 last night. Oh, BDG Hollywood, man. That guy's an MVP candidate this year. I mean, he's been building to this moment. And tell you what, man, the Swarm 2-0. They played Vegas and Jacksonville to start. Not an easy schedule. And they're looking sharp.
When they're limiting when they learn to limit the number of mistakes, they're a dangerous team. In that last game they had, I just did a quick look at the box score, but it looked like the number of the mistakes was pretty low. So that's dangerous when Atlanta starts firing all cylinders.
Shout out to the other guys: Xander Gold, DR Sim, Jason 1347, Joey Tropicana, Eddie Gage, Coach Craven, AJ Today, Jackson, Minson Mind. If you want to join the action in the chat, twitch.tv/FTF next to get involved and chat with coaches, owners, players, fans, scouts, the whole game, the whole 9 yards. Look at that beautiful Scorpion there at midfield, shading the people that can afford it. And I tell you, man, the summer season will be rough on some of these fans out here. They're gonna want to pay that premium to get in that shade.
Definitely, yeah. It's a boiler out there in the summer.
But tonight, just absolutely gorgeous. We've dropped into the 60s Here in Arizona, the Scorpions have a 4-point advantage on Tulsa. They'll get the ball to start the second half. Roscoe Justice out to the 27-yard line. And Ashley Jackson, really rough start. 3 picks on the first 3 possessions, but no picks after that for Arizona.
Well, this is a big half for Arizona. Historically, the second half has not been kind when these two teams have played. Arizona's been outscored by 65 points.
Yeah, Tulsa's really dominated not only this series, but the second half of games. They have been tremendous in this series. The 8th meeting between these two franchises. I don't know how James Hands got so wide open. Call it the Bermuda Triangle out there in the middle of the field. First down to the 43.
Yeah, wide open. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody missed their assignment there. You can't leave one of the Hands brothers wide open like that.
What in the world? There wasn't anybody 5 yards near the most talented receiver on the field, just when you look at his physical attributes.
And so far, the offensive line of of Arizona has held the defensive line in check. So let's see if they can maybe get some penetration this second half.
Offensive lines have been winning the battle. Just 1 sack in that first half. Moses, great carry for Moses as he spins and hurdles to the Tulsa 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 14 yards. DJ Moses starting to get things going for Arizona.
Yeah, let's look at the hole that the offensive line gave him. That's just incredible.
Oh, great block. You see that right at the end?
Yeah.
Holy moly. That block by
impressive.
The center. Bam Bam Cook.
Aptly named.
Making the play downfield. Tremendous. 1st and 10 at the Tulsa 43. A minute to go in the third. Offset eye for Jackson. Jackson looking around. And boy, that time it was not open. Majesty was in coverage. Missed the swipe, but Nate Heslip all over James Hands that time.
So the big question is, Cam, are we going to see another rollout here in the second half?
We saw one completed for 3 yards.
That's like a unicorn sighting.
It is. It is. We saw 1 for 3. We also saw a draw. Arizona's been mixing it up offensively. It's been fun to see. 4 catches for Donnie Hands, 3 for James Hands, 2 for Bovine, 1 for Justice, and 1 for Moses II. But here an empty 5 wide for Jackson. And what is Tulsa's D? Tulsa was in.
There
Tulsa
goes.
had 8 in the box. They brought everybody.
Wow.
And Jackson goes down for a sack. She has got to throw that ball. Tulsa had 8 in the box against a 5 wide, and the Desperados get the sack. Berto Demora.
Yeah. Berto Demora gets his 4th sack of the season. I mean, it's only a matter of time before the pocket collapses. She definitely was waiting for something to unfold, but didn't get enough time by that defensive line.
Jackson long on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. And that ballsy decision on 2nd down to bring the house basically from Tulsa. They brought everybody, and it pays off for the aggressive Desperado defense, and Arizona will have to punt it away.
Yeah, it was a big stand by Tulsa. Big stand.
So Arizona on to punt, protecting a 14-10 lead. Don't forget that coming up next, Denver and Seattle in the Tyrants home opener. They play in a dome, so no weather there. But the matchup of the championship game from season 13, somebody's going 0-2. It's going to be quite a good one. Fair catch called by Ball. We'll take a break. Tulsa will start at their own 17-yard line, their first possession of the second half. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and FTF. .9:14 to go in the third quarter. 15 carries, 51 yards for Sanzo Robinson in that first half. What will he do here in the second? Nickens is going to be sacked. Wow. I thought there for a moment the fullback was going to pick it up, but Chad tackle versus a fullback. Winner Chad.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way a fullback's going to stop him, and he just overpowered him, went straight to the quarterback, and this is his third and a half sack of the season.
Man, tackle just won the war there, and that's the first sack of the day for Arizona. Mark Mello, if you're wondering, he's the defensive end towards the bottom of the screen, furthest on the line, trying to get pressure on Nickens. The fullback is over on that side. Nickens' pass is caught by Osai and got all the yardage back. So 3rd and 10 coming for Tulsa. They're 4 for 7 on third down. Arizona 3 for 7 on third down tonight.
Yeah, Tulsa could dig themselves in a hole if they give the ball back to Arizona, I think. This is a pretty big third down for them.
Mark Mello, Mikey Improda, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine here with you in the broadcast booth, bringing you tonight's action from Fatality Field in Arizona. 8.5 to go in the third. Scorpions by 4, trying to get off the field. Nickens on a third down and 10. Race for the first down, and it's caught to the 29-yard line. Jacob McCall makes one of his best plays of the young season. Definitely. And another 3rd and long conversion for Tulsa.
When Jacob McCall caught that ball in the middle, I thought he was going to get brought right down with no gain, but he was able to, look at that power. He was able to get the yards and fight for that first down marker. What effort.
Got about 6 yards after the catch, and that gets Nickens to 200 yards. 2 picks, 77 quarterback rating. Earlier tonight, passed Mac Wavy Jr. for 15th all-time in the SFL passing leaders category. Building a Hall of Fame career is Nickens. 3 receivers, back to pass, fires outside, caught, turn the corner, McCall picks up 9 to the 38-yard line, and for Jacob McCall, that's his 3rd grab of the evening.
Yeah, maybe that last play by McCall got the whole offense fired up. I know it got me fired up.
7:49 left. If you're interested in joining the Simulation Football League, the website is simulationfl.net. Join the Discord community. We've got some big announcements coming this week. We announced the minor league last week, so don't go anywhere. 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line. Robinson. Oh boy, Sanzo Robinson. Boy, if that was if those were a couple of mannequins, well, they'd look just like that as they fell over.
Crash test dummies. Unbelievable. That was a bull run there.
That again was Gage and Rockefeller.
Wow.
One right after the other. And, boy, we need a vitamin sponsor.
Definitely.
Get those boys some vitamins. 1st and 10 at the 47. That was a crash course in running from Sanzo Robinson. Tulsa trying to wear down Arizona once again. Robinson puts
Unbelievable.
Another
Are you kidding me?
Ground. Sanzo Robinson, 30. And Robinson is shoved out of bounds by Hendricks. Sanzo Robinson putting people in body bags as Tulsa gets into Arizona territory.
He has the power. He did his He-Man imitation on that one. Impressive run. He's getting – Jacob McCall got the offense fired up, and Sanzo Robinson is just running with it.
7 minutes left in the third. I feel like I'm at a department store with these mannequins just flying all over the field. 1st and 10 at the 26. Tulsa down 4, but what a drive to start the third quarter. That pass on the outside is caught for a 7-yard gain by Corey Jones. Jones' 9th catch of the day for 52 yards.
Yeah, smart play. I think they were expecting another run on that one and caught him a little napping on the sideline.
And Arizona's going to spend, I'm really surprised, going to spend their bonus challenge to take a look at this again.
Well, Eddie's hot when it comes to doing the challenges, so let's see if he keeps the momentum going on there.
And they've all been on the sideline, too. That one, I think he's going to lose that one. Gage getting a little greedy out there. If they overturn this, yeah, that's going to be a lost timeout. And in a very close game, that could hurt the Scorpions down the stretch. Just a 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, that was a precision route there. It was beautiful to watch.
14-10, Arizona. 6:47 to go in the third quarter. Tulsa on the move. They're in the red zone.
Yep, the defense is creeping up a little bit.
Sioux Falls plays Arizona next. They're unbeaten after the 40-21 win over Houston on Saturday. Nickens dump off, and that's nothing. And Nickens was feeling the pressure at his feet that time. 4-yard loss for the fullback Vasquez.
Yeah, he had to get rid of the ball, but Vasquez was going nowhere. He had two defenders waiting for him on the line.
6.5 to go in the third. Methodical drive again here from Tulsa. Play number 9 on the drive for the Desperados. Nickens steps up in the pocket, fires. Look at the call! Oh, he didn't get the first down. I thought he was going to do it again.
Very close.
And will Tulsa go for it down 4 here? That would be gutsy.
Yeah, that would be gutsy. Let's see if they bring out Champion to kick this in. This is a big kick for the rookie kicker. Oh, they're going for it.
Looks
maybe.
like, yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
17 on the clock. 4th and inches. This would be a gutsy call. Down 4, in a position to score in a game where points have been in a premium. And I think Tulsa's toying with the Scorpions some more.
Yep.
They're going to burn the timeout, bring out Champion to try to make this a 1-score game, and that's the smart thing to do.
Definitely.
Although with Robinson running the way he is, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, this is a big kick for the rookie here. Let's so far 1 for 2. Had the first kick blocked. Pressure's on.
So 4th and short. Jackson 12 of 22 for 212 yards. Nickens 24 of 32 already. 32 passes. We got a 1/4 to go. 191 yards passing.
Last time they put the heat on, the last 2 kicks, they put a lot of pressure on that kicker. Let's see what Arizona decides to do.
33-yard field goal. They might call it 34. High snap, but the hold is perfect. And Champion's kick is good. So now a 1-point game. And these two teams played down to the wire last week. And they're playing down to the wire against each other here tonight.
Yeah, it was a big kick. It was a decent drive by Tulsa. I know they wanted to get a touchdown, but at this point, you got to put points on the board. And if it's a field goal, it's not perfect, but at least you're hanging in.
Sir Charles Robinson with the hold. We'll talk more about him after the break. Stay tuned.
Okay, so how did that go down? How did she know to bring the glasses? Oh, it's like you guys.
So Sir Charles Robinson on that hold, he
Yeah.
was a former quarterback. Profile.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Completion percentage.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
5.5 to go in the third quarter. Come back to beautiful Arizona. Scorpions up 14-13 on the Desperados, trying to get their first win of the season. Roscoe Justice on the return. And Sanzo Robinson had that last. He is holding for the kicker. He was the quarterback for this team in season 10. And Charles, this team has never had a quarterback complete more than 70% of their passes, and it's the 4th quarterback in 5 seasons for this Desperados team.
Yeah, that's rare in the SFL. I mean, for teams that have been around that long, they normally have at least one quarterback that's able to get past the 70% mark.
And maybe Nickens can be their franchise guy moving forward. He's had a pretty nice game tonight. No flag. Johnny Hands got
Looked like
bumped.
he was held a little bit.
Yeah, got bumped off his route a little bit. No call as in coverage, dropping in coverage was the outside linebacker, Richard Newton. 2nd and 10 coming up at the 26 for Jackson.
Not a lot of action by Moses so far in this second half. Doesn't look like he's going to get much on this one either.
3 receivers in the gun. Nickel look for Tulsa. Back to pass. Jackson. Jackson all day to throw. Finds James Hands. Connects for 5. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Jackson not going deep and thinking she's got to do it all on one play.
I'm sure
Nice check down.
I'm sure she thought about it. That was probably her last option.
And if I said Sonzo Robinson on the hold. My mistake. Sir Charles Robinson is what I meant, the former quarterback on the squad back in season 2. 3rd down and 5 at the 31. Jackson's pass incomplete into a crowd. And she's really been trying to get James Hands more involved in the second half. And Tulsa's not letting him have it. Barry Barkley on the coverage.
Yeah, it's you know, they've been going to the middle a lot. I've seen a lot of open receivers on the sidelines and in that short out route.
Windu will punt for Arizona. That is punt number 4. They have a couple of touchdown drives and a few picks. 9 drives into the game as ball returns out to the 33-yard line, and the onus back on the Scorpions defense. But 2 drives, one middle of the second quarter, the first one here in the third quarter for Tulsa, very methodical, and they have looked sharp even though they're losing.
Definitely, and Sonzo caught fire, and so did Jacob McCall. Let's see if they can keep that momentum going on this drive.
Robinson's up to 71 yards, 14 carries, 5.1 yards per carry with a long of 21. Both sides at the bottom of the screen, handoff. Robinson runs right into Chad tackle, and also combining for the stop, Mark Mello in the backfield. And Arizona's defensive front, we've seen it now a couple of times, starting to put pressure on that Desperado line.
Yeah, definite pressure. Had nowhere to run. The offensive line's going to need to think of something else because it's not working in the middle.
4:18 to go in the third. After the 2-yard loss, put Nickens in a difficult situation. Nickens airing it out and throwing it to nobody. And I think the pressure again, forcing Nickens to sort of, find a receiver in the area, but put it out of harm's way.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what he was trying to do, and that was a smart decision because the heat was on.
3rd and 12 at the Tulsa 31. Both teams with just 2 timeouts remaining here in the third quarter. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Nickens to pass. Nickens long. Oh, nearly intercepted. Eddie Gage. What has happened to the Hall of Famer's hands, baby? Yeah. 2 drops.
That's dangerous when you throw it in the scorpion pit.
That's
there.
right. Gage is tremendous. He is one of the best to ever do it all time, but he was in the right position, just couldn't get the pick.
That was that rarely happens. He normally grabs onto those.
You've got career numbers in front of you on Eddie Gage. How many interceptions? He's number 1 now all time.
He is.
In interceptions.
He definitely is. He's got 57.
57.
Almost had 58 there.
Can anybody tell me who's second in the league all time in interceptions? I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to force you to go back that far. Billy Joe Casper of this franchise had 50 before he retired. Was the free safety for many years in Oklahoma City before his retirement. Roscoe Justice on the return up to the 33. Back and forth ball game. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans, and we'll be right back after these messages. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line for Arizona. 7 carries for DJ Moses. Not a lot of work tonight, but 33 yards. Much better than his week 1 yards per carry average. He's been finding some bigger lanes against Tulsa. Majesty shuts him down after a 5-yard pickup, but still 5 yards before first contact. Moses a little slow to get up as DJ Majesty crushed him.
I think they could get some success if they keep going to the well to Moses.
Majesty's been a bit of a journeyman, 6th season in the SFL. He's played for Houston, played for Carolina, now in Tulsa. And he's a valuable asset to this Desperado front 7. I formation. Moses going to get carry number 9. And Moses got there. Wow. They're going to give him 3 yards to forward progress.
That was generous.
That was a very generous
was a home
spot.
spot.
Football. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. I would imagine it's a long 2 as Charles Ball makes the tackle. 3rd and 2, what do you do here?
I would do a short pass to the sideline. Defense hasn't shown ability to stop that at all.
Out of the gun, Jackson in a pass. 3rd and short, down the middle. Oh, man. Espen Real gets in the passing lane, and I had flashes of history as the SFL Encyclopedia when Espen Real knocked down a 4th down chance for Oklahoma City to win the game 2 matchups ago, 41-37. And Espen Real took it away from the Renegades, and he takes away that 1st down conversion. 4th down, Arizona's got a punt.
I don't know what to say after that.
It like comes down in front of me,
Yeah.
and I see the play. It's crazy.
It's a beautiful mind you have there.
Beautiful Mind, A Beautiful Disaster, whatever movie title you'd want to use for it, as Ball returns to the 25-yard line. So 2:47 left to go in the 3rd quarter. And, well, back comes
Trading
Deacon
possessions.
Nickens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to score.
That's the 3rd consecutive drive that has ended in a punt in this ball game, thanks to Mark Mello and Mike Improda, our statisticians tonight. Couldn't do as good of a job without them as Nickens steps up on the pocket. Oh, Nickens! He's going to have a black eye after that one. He is just roughed up off the left side by Joey Tropicana with a sack.
Wow.
And a vicious one at that. Nickens, watch your head.
Welcome to the league, sir. That was a statement sack right there.
Woo!
Bam.
You don't see hits like that anymore unless you're watching the SFL. Tropicana. What a monster.
He squeezed
DeAndre who?
squeezed the juice on that one.
Yeah, he did. Wow. Brilliant play. Brings up a 2nd down and 14. The handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson puts another in the dirt, but Eddie Gage says, I've just had about enough of you, and sticks him back down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a good play to run on 1st down, I think, if we could only go back in time.
2 minutes left in the 3rd, still reeling from that Tropicana spike of Deacon Nickens. Point and serve. 3rd and 10 at the 24. Empty backfield. Deacon back to pass. Deacon has his prayers answered to the 48-yard line. Mike Osai. Another 3rd and long conversion for Tulsa. They're now 6 of 11 on 3rd down tonight.
Very dangerous, but he got it into a very small window. Nickens had plenty of time in the backfield, and it looks like there were 2 defenders there. I'm just amazed he was able to get that in the hole.
Eddie Gage, right there again to make the play, but just a hair off. Nickens is up over 230. 1:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2 backs, 2 receivers. 8 in the box for Arizona. No deep safeties. The deepest is 9 yards away. Hand off to Robinson. They knew it was coming, and Robinson loses 4 yards. Tropicana in the backfield along with Lovelace, and Joey Tropicana is erupting in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, you need to have elite speed to get around the side like that, the edge like that, and Arizona's not going to give it to you.
2nd and 14 at the 44, and once again, Nickens is put in a difficult situation. He's going to change the play, trying to get into Arizona territory. Nickens on some slants. Pass caught by McCall, and McCall took it away, I believe, from Corey Jones. He just snatched it right out of the air. Nickens is 28 of 37 for 261. The rookie's having a day.
Yeah, McCall is pumping life into that offense. Two wide receivers wide open there, and that rarely happens against Arizona.
And we have seen McCall a few times tonight, Charles. He's been in one way the most impressive receiver on the field, because after the catch, he is so elusive in the slot. He
doesn't give up. He doesn't give up. Between him and Robinson, they're pumping life into that offense.
1st and 10 at the 38. The handoff goes to Robinson, only got a yard. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. What an entertaining show The Tulsa Desperados and Arizona Scorpions are putting on for SFL Nation and all you, the fans, watching at home. This is the end of the third quarter. Tulsa 13, Arizona 14. You're watching the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports and for the fans.
What's the minimum amount of time you need between games?
I will be ready at 8. The other system is up and ready for the next game. So, minimum time is maybe 3 to 5 minutes.
Can we make it 3?
Yep.
Your schedule get back to back with no real choice.
Yeah, we should end though before the 7 o'clock, unless it goes to overtime.
Yeah, let's see that would happen.
All right. I've done 1,100 sims. The fourth quarter usually goes by faster than the others, but we'll see.
Well, I'll have 20 minutes of trail standing by, but we'll see 3 minutes.
Sounds good.
Happy, thank you.
It would be cool to see a quarter-by-quarter score somewhere on there already, or am I missing it? Probably it.
No, there isn't.
Hi, big dog. Big nose.
1 minute back.
I have nothing for you.
Second down and 9 at the 37. Welcome back to Fatality Field in Phoenix, Arizona. The Scorpions up a point, but Tulsa's on the move. And Sanzo Robinson is putting people in body bags. Picks up 6 there, up to 76 yards, 19 carries. Robinson picked up where he left off last week, although he got off to a little bit of a slow start. Only 5 yards on 4 carries earlier in the game.
And a lot of black and blue defenders.
Osai's over 100 on 8 targets, 6 catches for 103. 3rd and 4. Critical 3rd and 4, right on the edge of field goal range, down 1. Nickens to pass, fires, caught by Jones. Short of the first down is the call.
No way.
That has got to be challenged by Tulsa. Terrible spot unless the ball was in the other hand. I'm surprised that Nickens did not go to Osai. They're not going to challenge.
Unbelievable.
And instead kick the field goal. I am shocked that Coach Hawkins is not choosing to challenge with 45 seconds or a 45-yard field goal instead for Tulsa. It will give them the lead. And the kick for Champion is good. So Tulsa takes the lead, but not without some controversy, as the Desperados now lead 16-14. Their touchdown came on the first drive of the game, in the first couple of minutes of the ball game. And since then, no touchdowns for the Desperados. It was a 27-yard touchdown pass to Mike Osai. And now Arizona's got the ball in their court again.
Yep, their free agent kickers keeping them in the game. He's 3 of 4 so far, and each kick is big.
Justice past the 20, not a lot of room for him much of the night. And you almost wonder if, because they only had 2 timeouts, if that weighed on Hawkins. Didn't want to go down to 1.
Or he could have seen something we didn't see.
Yep, he might have had another angle on it. Didn't even get a replay on that one. 16-14. Well, this stadium has a giant burger in the background at the concession stand. It's making me hungry.
Me
First
too.
and 10 at the 29-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. A tight one. 16-14. Tulsa and Arizona know how to keep the drama intense. That pass caught.
Wow.
Wide open hands.
There we
Hands
go.
in a foot race. 20, 30. Down the 20. 40 as we're going the other way. Down to the 17-yard line. Hands has 95 yards on 6 receptions and got loose there in press coverage.
Yeah, Nate Heslop did a game. Maybe he did a fake move on the line there, was able to draw the cornerback the other way, but Heslop, at great closing speed, was able to save that. I thought he was going all the way to the end zone.
Our apologies for the technical difficulties. 3rd and 7 at the 13-yard line. 9:08 to go in the fourth. Arizona driving on a 54-yard touchdown pass from James or 54-yard completion, to James. Hands down the field, got Arizona in the red zone. 3rd and 7 at the 13-yard line. 5 receivers for Jackson. She will drop the throw, fires it in the end zone. It's overthrown. James' hands was open, and Jackson misfired, and it will instead bring out Manuel Marquez to kick the field goal, and we're exchanging field goals now in the fourth quarter.
Wow. Tulsa dodged a bullet on this one. With the momentum they had, I thought Arizona was definitely going to put it in the end zone.
So a field goal coming with 30 seconds, or a 30-yard field goal. Boy, the blackout, mini blackout here shook me for a second. It's such a fantastic game by Arizona and Tulsa, and that field goal is up and good, and Arizona now leads 17-16 with 9 minutes to play.
I thought it was the second rollout you saw in the game.
That could have been it. You're right, that could have been it. Look at Marquez straight down the middle.
Yeah, big field goal.
That was Main Street if I've ever seen it. So, Arizona trying to become the 9th team in a row under new ownership to win their home opener.
Ball's
Tulsa.
been quiet.
He has.
Let's see.
He has. Ball's been quiet. Tulsa's been making a game of it all night. Ball from the 10.5. On the return, up to the 30. 8:56 to go.
Yeah, they've been keeping him in check. Special teams been playing well for Arizona so far. They had a blocked field goal, and they're keeping ball in check. One of the best returners in the league. Hats off to you.
Deacon Nickens, not a bad night. 26 for 36, 235. Touchdown, a couple of picks, though. Nickens, great pocket. Deacon Nickens underthrew Corey Jones, and Rockefeller nearly got the pick. That was probably the worst throw of the night.
That
for
was,
Nickens.
yeah, that wasn't anywhere near the wide receiver. And Rockefeller as well. He's, much like Gage, he doesn't drop him when the ball gets in his hands, normally.
2nd down and 10 at the 30. Nickens rather, under center. Boy, so used to seeing Jackson under center for Tulsa. Nickens under center. Handoff goes to Robinson. Robinson fumbled the ball. It's on the ground, and who's got it? It's recovered by Tulsa. The man way in the backfield, Alex Constantine. Check that. Recovered by Arizona.
Wow.
Constantine fell on the football after Robinson fumbled the fumble forced by Manakanaka. Look at the ball still bouncing
still
around
there,
before
yeah.
Constantine got on it.
Wow, that's great hustle. That's a huge turnover.
A few times Robinson has been strung out in the backfield. And that time pays the price as Arizona's defensive front is surging in the second half. Jackson dumps it off to Moses the second, and he ran out of real estate. No gain on the sideline. An updated look at the quarterback numbers, almost identical.
Almost identical, yeah. And it looked like on that last pass, Ashley Jackson had to get rid of that ball. Didn't have enough time to set up a good pass for the receiver.
8:42 to go. Chat is buzzing. If you're watching at home on the any way you're watching 11 Sports and FTF, there's tons of ways these days. You can hit up twitch.tv/FTF next if you want to get involved in the chat. As DJ Moses picks up 5, we'll bring up a 3rd and 5 to the 17. And if you're in the chat, you know, we say hello to you right on live television.
Hello.
There's lots of different ways to say hello, Charles. That was a unique one.
Well, there you go. I'm unique.
I was going to do a unique hello, but then I remembered I was on TV, and I thought, that might sound pretty dumb. 3rd and 5 at the 17-yard line. Jackson under center. 3-step drop, fire, short, caught, short of the first down. That's Bovine with his first catch in a few possessions, and on 4th and 1 at the 13. What do you do if you're Arizona?
Well, you kicked the field goal. But hats off to Tulsa defense. They had to get that stop.
And they will kick it. They're not even going to fake going for it on 4th down here. 7:33 to go in the 4th quarter. 29-yard kick for Marquez. And it's on its way and through. So Arizona, off the Sanzo Robinson fumble, extends their lead. It's a 4-point lead. And we'll take a quick timeout. 2016, Arizona on top of Tulsa, but Charles Ball is back to return, and Deacon Nickens is coming for him. You're watching the SFL on 11 Sports and FTF. God damn it. Stupid blackout. Missed the fumble call.
Yep.
God. So mad. That was such a perfect call.
Yep.
Just ruined by a whole segment. Then I was muted. It's like,
10, 9,
God.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back.
7:23 to go in the 4th quarter. 20-16, Arizona up by 4. It has been a nail biter all night. And despite the score, a fumble from Ball!
No.
It's recovered by Arizona!
No way.
Matt Strange pounced on the ball, and Charles Ball gives the ball away back to Arizona.
Oh, my gosh. The special teams of Arizona. Unbelievable. Fumble recovery, keeping ball in check, and the blocked field goal. Amazing.
The fumble forced by Quincy Quill, and a turn of events for Arizona. After 7 turnovers last week, the Scorpions finally getting and winning the turnover differential, now 4-3 in this ball game.
Well, Arizona's in the driver's seat right now. Don't make any mistakes and, try to patiently drive the ball down the field.
Moses picks up 7.
And that's kind of what you want to see on this play. Running up the middle, eat up some clock.
And here's another look at it. DJ Moses getting some great blocks up front. Boy, just
a little swivel.
Yeah, swiveled through the hole. That was impressive. DJ Moses, the second, former fullback of Oklahoma City, and 34 yards on 9 carries. Not too shabby of a night. That's, I don't think, including that last carry, so 41 yards on 10.
The swivel run?
Yeah, the swivel run for Moses. 2nd and 3, handoff. Moses.
Nice. Another
got
nice
another
run.
first down. Shakes off to the right side to the 18-yard line. That's stopped by Espen Real. And in the red zone once again is Arizona. And if they score a touchdown, they just might put this away.
Yep.
Tulsa needs to get a stop.
Yeah, they've got Tulsa on their heels right now.
Ball fumbles, Robinson fumbles. An unusual chain of events there for Tulsa. Oh, it's picked
Unbelievable.
off! Oh, Jackson threw it behind Donnie Hands, who I thought made a tremendous catch, but Cleo Harris took it away.
Cleo Harris, I think he had a good shot at taking that all the way if he didn't step out of bounds.
8 turnovers, 4 for each side in a wild game in the Scorpions home opener, and this is Arizona's introduction into SFL football, and what an introduction it's been.
Yeah, I think that step out of bounds was a definite blessing for Arizona.
First down to the 17, and Robinson got just a yard. 6'10" and rolling. Loveless on the tackle.
Yeah, they're going to have to, unfortunately, they're going to have to open it up a little bit more on the passing game, which leaves them suspect to intercepting the Arizona defense intercepting the ball.
A fierce battle tonight. In week 2 of the 14th SFL season, Nickens fires it outside, caught by Jones. He has been the out route king, 3rd and short.
Yep, they've got out routes all day. If he just keeps going to the well, they've got nothing, they haven't shown anything to stop it yet.
Tulsa won last week by 1. Arizona lost last week by 2. The score in this game has never been more than, I think, 5 points.
Right.
And it has been neck and neck all the way. Well, it was the 7.
Yeah.
The 7 at the beginning. 7-0. That's the furthest we've been from a tie. I formation for Nickens, going to throw on 3rd and 2. Fullback got in his way, and it's intercepted by Rockefeller. Rockefeller to the 33. If you watch the replay, the fullback gets in the sideline of Deacon Nickens, and he may have hit his arm on his teammate.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Rockefeller gets his 3rd interception of the year, his 38th all-time. Very impressive. Again, that's the danger when you get behind against Arizona and you have to throw that deep ball. If you throw it in the middle, you have a little chance of getting a completion, I think.
5:26 left, and now Arizona back in position. Looks like they're going to stay aggressive. They're down by, or they're up by 4, trying to finally put the game away. Jackson! Oh, the exclamation
he
point
dropped
is
it!
dropped by James Hands. He dropped a touchdown and possibly a victory. I can't believe it.
Oh, man. It looks like he was tossing the pizza up in the air. He wasn't able to grab onto that one. That was I don't know why he couldn't catch that. It looked like a good throw.
Unbelievable. Both of these teams, I mean, who wants to get the W here? Jackson, they're going empty again. 5:22 to go in the 4th. Arizona sticking to their roots.
5-man front.
Yeah, 8 in the box, and wide open his hands. He's going to catch that one. Touchdown. Arizona this time. They catch Tulsa, ultra aggressive, and the Scorpions go up by 10.
Yeah, that was the gamble, having that defense 5-man front against Ashley Jackson with the Hands brothers out wide. That's a recipe for disaster. Yeah,
wow.
Wide open, hit the ball right where she needed to in the numbers, and it was taken into the house.
So Arizona there's still a lot of time, but may have just put this game away.
Yeah, 10 points is a lot of points to recover against Arizona.
5:17 in the 4th. Extra point is good. It's an 11-point margin. That's the largest of the game. And a lot of the chat picking up on it. Goal line defense out there for Tulsa. They just got caught in a mismatch, and boy, Arizona knew just exactly that time how to take advantage of it.
Well, let's see what Tulsa does, how they respond. You know, they've shown a lot of will in the late in games. Let's see what they can do tonight.
From the 8, ball fumbled on the last return. Charles Ball breaks a tackle. Ball in a foot race. 30, 20, and Ball. Redemption, and it's still a ball game for Tulsa.
Unbelievable. That's will right there. I mean, oh my gosh, they needed that big time. Oh, my. That was a great run by Ball. Had a couple miscues at the beginning of the game. He was held in check, but you can't hold him down all game. He's going to break one eventually. Look at that. Beautiful.
Greg Pillman had the chance to make the catch, and then Strange, who recovered the fumble on the last return, was the guy that just could not keep up with Charles Ball, and now Tulsa's got to go for 2 here.
And they have plenty of time to get the ball back. And,
what are they doing? I'm
wow.
shocked.
Well,
I'm shocked they're not going for 2 here. Wow. Well, Tulsa figuring we've got 5 minutes left, and in this game, 5 minutes is an eternity.
Ooh.
And the
That
extra
almost got
point is
blocked.
good. And I think Tulsa can kick this deep here. Don't forget, coming up next, 12 minutes time or 3 minutes after the conclusion of this game, Denver and Seattle live here on 11 Sports and for the fans. A championship rematch as this tremendous doubleheader is off to a fantastic start here across the country and the world. Shout out to our fans in the UK watching on your Samsung smart TVs and other devices as that return for Justice gets out to the 28-yard line. And here we go.
Here we go.
Charles Doherty. Can Ashley Jack just hand the ball off
Yep.
to Gage? Run some clock. These two
Put the
teams
dice
is
in your
crazy.
pocket.
Oh, man. So, Tulsa does kick it deep. Down by 4. Playing the long game here. Seeing if Arizona can give them a mistake. Hand off to Moses. Moses.
Big
nice
run.
run. Picks up 8.
Big run. And milking the clock, just like they need to. Good run on first down. And so far, Tulsa's going to have to do something. Maybe get a turnover here, a tackle in the backfield.
Second down at the 35. I formation. 4.5 to go. 8 in the box for Tulsa. James hands the lone receiver. Hand off Moses again.
Tackle in the
Moses
backfield.
is stuffed.
Nice. That's what they needed.
Richard Newton from his outside linebacker position comes in, makes the play 3rd and 4. And as you were saying, Charles, a nice play for the Desperado defense.
Yeah, I vote no 5-man front.
Yeah, that would probably be best.
Yep.
And they don't. 4-3 look. 3rd and 4 at the 34. Will Arizona keep it on the ground or trust Jackson in this situation? Hands the lone receiver. Jackson milking some clock. Going to run it up to Moses up the
Big
middle.
run.
Moses has a first down to the 42-yard line. A pickup of 8 for DJ Moses, running hard in the 4th quarter.
Big run. Great blocking up front. Let's take a look here on the replay what kind of hole he had. Unbelievable.
Golly, the fullback looking for somebody to
Yeah,
block.
I could do somersaults through that hole.
Hold on a minute. You could do somersaults through that hole. Can you do a somersault at all? I've never seen you do a somersault. I want to see it now.
Okay.
Next commercial?
Next commercial, yeah.
Maybe not in our studio.
Yeah.
It's a little
I might get the dog a little riled up.
1st and 10 at the 42. 2 in the backfield. Clock is moving now. 6 on the play clock. Tulsa, remember, has just 2 timeouts. Moses picks up 2. But if they would have challenged and lost, they would have only had 1 at this point, Charles. So it's probably best that they did not end up challenging. As Majesty makes the stop, we're ticking away.
It's smart play calling by Arizona. Milk that clock.
7 catches, 128 yards. James Hands and Donnie Hands have combined for 260 of the 311 passing yards for Arizona. 243 and counting. Tulsa has 2 timeouts. They got to get off the field. 5th straight run to Moses. Gonna block DJ Moses. Got a 3rd.
Huge.
Moses in a foot race. 15-10. 5 touchdown. Arizona. The offense has come alive in the second half.
Yeah, I think we heard the sound of a nail getting hit in the coffin on that one. That was a huge play, huge run. Another great hole up the middle for Moses to run through. But once he took it into that second level, it was all Moses.
Boom. 45. Boom.
Look at that.
75.
Downfield blocking is
Boy,
amazing.
I'm telling you, down the field, tackle Jimmy Bond. A phenomenal play up the field. And unless Ball's got something else in the tank, The Scorpions are going to pull out a wild one.
Yeah, that's 10 points at this point in the game. That's a pretty big hole to climb out of.
Life is what streams saying, it's awake. Did you see the Scorpion clawing, going after people? Extra point is good for Arizona. Wow, what a ball game. 34-23, and it looks like the streak of new ownership in a home opener will continue. 2.5 left. And Ball would have to return another one or a very quick throw from Deacon Nickens here to give him a chance.
It's going to have to be quick.
Ball on the return. Past the 30. Ball breaking a
Great effort.
tackles.
Look at that effort.
Boy, Charles Ball, I think he's just, he's doing whatever he can after that,
Yep.
unusual fumble for Ball.
Yeah, he pretty much did that on his own. The blocking wasn't there to set up the lane for him. Great effort. So here we go. Let's see. He's going to have to throw the ball a little deeper, unfortunately, and that's always dangerous against Arizona. Let's see what he does.
First down and 10 at the 36. 2:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Trips off the left side. Nickens going to fire it out to Robinson. Short side, lost 3. Not the play Tulsa was looking for. And how about Jackson after that sluggish start? 299 for the first female quarterback in league history.
Yeah, impressive. Some of those throws were just unbelievably accurate.
Coming up at the conclusion of this game, a championship rematch between 0-1 Denver and 0-1 Seattle. About 6 minutes away, but they will hold the kickoff for you, so you won't miss a moment of the action in the Tyrants home opener of this young 14th SFL season. 2nd and 13 at the 33. Nickens drops the pass. That pass is caught for 5, but didn't get out of bounds.
3rd and 9. This is big. This is a big play for them.
3rd and long. This is where Nickens has been very good here. 2:05 to go. Nickens is going to be sacked. Sacked by Dede Sachs. And one other. I think that was Mark Mello with his first career sack. Let's see. We are going to get a replay here. Are they going to give Mello at least half a sack on this? Yes, they will.
Yeah, they should.
And we've hit the 2-minute warning. What a game. Tulsa in desperation mode, a 4th down. When we come back, a 4th and 14. You're watching the SFL on FTF and 11 Sports. Two minutes left. It's 4th and 14, and it's basically ball game unless Nickens can pull something out of a hat here. Nickens deep. Oh, it's caught by Osai at the 47. Oh, how did Nickens get the ball over Gage on the sideline, and Tulsa's not dead yet?
Yeah, that was his best pass in the game right there. Throwing it over the Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Look at that. Unbelievable.
And Osai gets 2 feet in. That is the perfect pass.
Perfect.
Great play by Nickens on a 4th and 14. Gets 15. And Tulsa not letting go here.
Still have life.
It was 14-14 at the end of the third, or 14-13 at the end of the third. 30 points here in the 4th. 1st and 10 at the 47. Nickens down the field. Caught. Oh, Corey Jones got stuffed by Kanye Rockefeller at the 35.
Hurry up, fellas.
2 timeouts left. Nickens leading his team down the field quickly. Nickens steps up in the pocket, goes deep middle, caught.
Unbelievable.
Jones down to the 4-yard line.
Gotta call timeout.
Tulsa.
Oh, wow. I'm amazed that they're giving up the middle like that.
Not quite the Hail Mary last week, but that'll do for Corey Jones and Deacon Nickens. And now an onside kick will be key if Tulsa can score. And I almost wonder, Charles, You just kick the field goal right now. You only have one timeout left.
No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
No,
If you don't get the onside kick, it's over.
Yeah, on that play, it looked like Hendricks was looking for some help, and wasn't there. Wasn't there clearly.
First and goal at the 4. Nickens to throw. Nickens knocked away. He almost fit it into Osai again. Kanaka with the rejection.
Yeah, big rejection by Kanaka.
Wow. And that's a few precious seconds more off the clock here for Tulsa.
Yeah, I would have gone hurry up even on this play here to keep them off balance.
Osai, top of the screen. McCall, the ever-dangerous slot receiver. Corey Jones, bottom of the screen. 34-23 Arizona. This is Nickens. Wide open corner. Touchdown Osai. And now they'll go for 2.
Looks like they brought the heat on that one and, had to pay because Osai was wide open in the corner.
Mike Osai with his second touchdown reception of the night. Nickens put it on him. What a great spiral. The far side.
Wide open. Wide open.
So now, remember, Arizona late last week went for 2 late. That was to tie it. Couldn't get it. This is Tulsa's chance to get within 3 before an onside kick. Handoff, Robinson. Robinson strung out. Breaks
No
the
way!
and scores. Oh, man. Sonzo Robinson was in no man's land.
Unbelievable.
He was wandering the desert here in Arizona, and he gets in.
Holy mackerel, that was unbelievable. I thought he was dead in the backfield. There's no quitting that man.
Wow. Lonzie Champion in his first game has kicked a couple of field goals. 3, in fact. Now a chance for an onside kick, and things that get really wild and crazy. Champion's onside. Bouncing around. It is caught, hauled in. Nice hands up the field. That is Parker Thomas, the slot corner, making a clutch play for Arizona. And that finally puts the Tulsa Desperados away.
Definitely. Yep, Arizona's definitely in the driver's seat here. Looking at their first home win. Big occasion for Arizona.
Victory formations finally here for Ashley Jackson. Unreal. As Tulsa will burn their last time out. A brief post game coming up next, and then a few minutes after that, we'll get you out to Seattle for the championship rematch between the Tyrants and Nightwings. That should be a fun one. Both those teams off to some slow starts. Well, I tell you what, Mike Daggs, Matt Wilson. I see Gerald Smith, their statistician tonight. They've got a tough one to follow.
This is an amazing game. Yeah, I'm exhausted. I don't know about you.
I'm wiped out. One of the longest regulation games we've had in the SFL as well, as we've hit the 2-hour mark. But 1:12 to go as the clock ticks away. And actually, are they going to be able to run this out?
I don't know. I don't believe so.
It's going to get down to about an 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. And believe it or not, does that mean that Deacon Nickens has another chance to win the game in the final seconds? I think it does. It's a 7-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Now, the question is, can Arizona's Mike Windu get the ball inside the 10? If so, they might be able to run the clock out just with the bounce.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're going to see.
Fair catch.
Yeah, Tulsa would be wise to fair catch it.
Don't try and run it. Do not try and run it.
If Arizona can get the ball to dribble around inside the 10, they might just be able to run the clock out. Down to 5 on the play clock. And the punt is away with 8 seconds. Here's the punt. It's not going to get to the 10.
No.
Ball's not going to call for a fair catch. 2 seconds left. Can't blame Ball. He has one return.
Well.
Wow, here we go. Nickens again. Last week.
Hold on tight, people.
Last week, Deacon Nickens throws a Hail Mary to Corey Jones, won the game at the buzzer.
Does the magic continue?
Too far away for a Hail Mary this time, so he's going to have to hit something deep down the field. 85 yards away from pay dirt. Nickens, one last chance. Will fire it short. That's not going to get it done. Jones gets out of bounds, but it's too late. And Arizona hangs on 34-31 in one of the most insane games we have had in a long time.
Definitely insane. I mean, both of the quarterbacks did their best. They made a couple mistakes, but Ashley Jackson, I think, stood out when it comes to some of those accurate passes in the defense. That one to Bovine really stands out in my mind. Also, you can't forget the play of Moses. That couple of those runs, I think, kept them in the game and helped put them at the advantage in the fourth quarter.
Tackle and Tropicana getting a sack. Mello had a half a sack. Jackson finishes at 299. Nickens an impressive 352. Champion's only miss was the block. Marquez hit both of his field goals. Ball with the kickoff return touchdown that kept Tulsa alive. Hands and Osai, both with a pair as well.
Yeah, it was impressive that Tulsa still, they faced some adversity, but they were still able to make this a game all the way to the last second.
Moses finishes with 129 yards and a touchdown, and you got to believe, Charles, the pressure's off Arizona's offense a little bit despite all the turnovers. Arizona averaging 31 points a game on the board through the first 2 weeks, and that fumble was the game changer.
Definitely.
Right there.
Yeah, they make mistakes on offense. They're high risk offense, and when they do make a mistake, they just forget about it and move on. And the next series they throw a bomb in the end zone.
How about the blocked field goal? Without it, we'd be going to overtime
Definitely.
right
Special teams for Arizona, I think they need everyone on that special teams needs a game ball, except for the ball return. That's one right there.
Yeah. So Moses, surprisingly, finishes with more yards than Robinson tonight, 129-89. As we roll through the highlights, DJ Majesty and BJ Loveless lead in solo tackles with 7 and 9 respectively. So Arizona and Tulsa both go to 1-1. Coming up next, Denver, Seattle. One of those teams will get to 1-1. How do you see that game playing out, Charles?
I think it's going to be just like this game. It's going to be a nail biter all the way into the last second. I think the home team's got an advantage, and but again, I'm expecting maybe a field goal difference.
Denver, Seattle comes your way in about 4 minutes' time here on the 11 Sports and FPF. So don't touch that dial. Don't go anywhere. This is the run of the game for DJ Moses behind some tremendous blocks as Espen Real, desperate to catch up to Moses, but just couldn't make it happen. A combined 38 points scored in that fourth quarter of play.
That's amazing.
Between Tulsa and Arizona, and just a thrilling contest here.